What is happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So we're talking about the Europa League. However, this video is in regards to Henrikh Mkhitaryan and the reason why he won't be able to travel to Baku for the Europa League final. So we do know the situation between, or some people may not know. So this is just a little brief rundown in terms of why Henrikh Mkhitaryan cannot travel to Azerbaijan in Baku for this particular game. So between Azerbaijan and Armenia, we know Mkhitaryan is an Armenian national. However, there's been a disputed territory, so part of the country within that particular region that the two countries have been fighting over, and essentially there are no diplomatic ties between Azerbaijan and Armenia, which means Armenians can't go to Azerbaijan and vice versa, so people from Azerbaijan can't visit Armenia. So we know that that is the case, that internationals from either side can't visit each other's countries. This is not the first time that this has actually affected Henrikh Mkhitaryan. First time this would have been when he was playing for Borussia Dortmund 4 years ago. In 2015 he wasn't able to travel. When we faced Karabakh as well, he wasn't able to travel, and for the sheer fact that the actual Europa League final is in Baku in Azerbaijan, he's not able to travel due to security concerns. So of course UEFA and Azerbaijani FA had actually tried to put reassurances. However, this has turned out to be a press release war between the club, Mkhitaryan, as well as the Azerbaijani FA, as well as UEFA themselves, putting out statements. So a number of statements have been put out in regards to this, but we'll go through them shortly. However, for Mkhitaryan to miss this particular final, one, it's really sad for a player, of course. He has been part of the campaign throughout the whole season. Secondly, he has been to the final with Man United as well of the Europa League, so his experience is completely priceless. His experience would have been needed even if he didn't start the game itself, but for the sheer fact that he's been to the final, he has experience of playing in the final. Of course, on this occasion it's against English opposition in the form of Chelsea. Just him being available would have been absolutely fantastic, but as it stands, he's obviously going to be missing the final, and the fact that he may not be able to celebrate with his teammates once we obviously get that victory. He would have loved to be on the pitch to experience it and all that sort of stuff, the good stuff that comes with winning a trophy, but that opportunity has been taken away due to the fact that in the country of his birth and a neighbouring country do not have good diplomatic ties. So we're going to look at some of the released statements by either UEFA, Mkhitaryan, the Azerbaijani FA, as well as Arsenal. So let's look at a few statements that have been put out. So the first statement that we'll be looking at will be a statement that was put out by Mkhitaryan himself, and it reads, having considered all current options, we had to take a tough decision for me not to travel with the squad to the Europa League final. It's the kind of game that doesn't come along very often, and I admit it hurts to miss it. So obviously Mkhitaryan himself is not happy about missing the actual final himself, based on the statement that he has put out, of course. And the statement from Arsenal reads, we have written to UEFA expressing our deep concerns about this situation. We've thoroughly explored all the options for Mkhitaryan to be part of the squad, but after discussing this with Mkhitaryan and his family, we've collectively agreed he will not be able to travel with the party. Mkhitaryan has been a key player in our run to the final, so this is a big loss for us from a team perspective. We are also very sad that a player will miss out on a major European final in circumstances such as this, as it is something that comes along very rarely in a footballer's career. So of course Arsenal are fairly disappointed based on that particular statement. A little sly dig there to UEFA and other governing bodies that may certainly be involved in regards to the fact that Arsenal have thoroughly explored the options that may certainly be available. But a statement from UEFA then reads, working alongside Arsenal FC, UEFA sought and received assurances regarding the player's safety in Azerbaijan from the highest authorities in the country. As a result of these guarantees, a comprehensive security plan was developed and given to the club. While the club acknowledges the efforts of UEFA and the Azeri government have gone into in regards to this matter, we respect the personal decision not to travel with the player. So of course they have actually come out, UEFA have come out and said, look, we've done what we had to do, but obviously the club and the player have then decided not to travel. Of course, I understand that Mkhitaryan's his own concerns really in regards not to travel. He's a high-profile Armenian. If anything was to happen, if anyone wanted to do anything in terms of physically doing something to Mkhitaryan, they'd know his whereabouts, at what time and where and when. So it would be quite a risky situation, I do believe, for the player himself. But there should have been something considered really as soon as they find out that Arsenal will be playing in the final, knowing that Arsenal has an Armenian player within their squad, but nothing was put in place. And this is also not only affected Mkhitaryan, of course, it's also affected fans who've got dual nationality. So fans, British fans of Armenian heritage, they're finding it that they can't actually end up going to the final, even though they would have loved to go to the final. They can't go to the final. So this is a very, very disappointing situation. But as usual, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.